The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. This is just a drive to my clinical for my nursing school. It's 5 in the morning on Thursday. Still dark. Honestly, nothing special. No big plan for this video, no big message. Just what my mornings have been looking like lately. Driving into the city, half awake at times, trying to get there on time. But this morning felt a little different. The rain was hitting the road in a way that made the lights scatter, and I kept noticing the lights weren't just lights anymore. They looked like they were moving, like they were reflecting back in color, almost like Christmas lights. Not bright and loud, but soft, layered, almost hidden. And I realized this has probably always been happening. I just don't usually notice it. I think a lot of things are like that. They're there, but we don't see them. Not because they're hidden, but because we're moving too fast. We're thinking about something else or just trying to get through the day. And morning drive on Thursdays for me really pushes me to slow down. There's something about being awake this early too. It doesn't feel rushed yet. It doesn't feel like anything is demanding something from you. It's just quiet. And I didn't realize how rare that is for all of us, because most of the day, something is always asking for your attention. But the closer I get to the city, the more that feeling fades. More cars start showing up, people are driving faster, there's more movement. Even in this rain, I see people walking to their work. And it kind of pulls you out of that quiet whether you want it or not. And honestly, driving downtown Chicago can be stressful. I'm not used to it. I feel like I'm more of a suburban person. I think first 2 weeks I was driving here, I have to be honest with you, I almost hit 2 people. So even in the morning like this early, I do have to make sure that I see people walking. But while I was doing this driving, I started thinking, this feels a lot like how life goes. You can start your day calm with good intentions, but little by little, everything starts pulling at you. Responsibilities, expectations, and pressure. And before you know it, you're already in the rushed schedule for the day, if you're like me. And as I was looking outside as rain drops look like Christmas lights, softer, and suddenly realized the city isn't new. This is how it always was. But it looked different because of what it was reflecting on. And I think about that with God. Sometimes we say, I don't see Him, I don't feel Him, and we do get frustrated. But maybe it's not that His presence isn't here. Maybe it's that we're not in a place that reflects it well. There's something about early morning before the world wakes up. It feels like everything slows down enough for you to actually notice things. The quiet, the light, even your own thoughts. But then the city starts to come alive. More cars, more noise, more movement. And those same lights that once felt beautiful just become normal again. And I think it's very similar how we relate to God too. God doesn't suddenly become less present when life gets busy. We just lose the stillness that helps us see Him. But the rain, the quiet moments, the slowing down, those are the things that make His presence visible to us. There's a quiet that I feel this morning. It's not empty, but full. Not demanding, but present. God says, "Be still and know that I am God." I asked him, what does it even mean to be still when everything in me feels like it needs to move? When I feel like if I stop, I might fall behind feeling, if you have kids in the morning, you're always feeling rushed. In the morning, you might feel pulled in 100 directions. And how much of life is actually lived in this state? I think we have this longing in our hearts for just peace and room and calmness. But we kind of give up along the way sometimes because it just seems like it's not possible. We think it's impossible to walk with God intimately with our completely crazy schedule. So we move, but we are not present. We do things, but we are not fully aware. And God says, in Him, we live and move and have our identity. And if that's true, then why do I feel so disconnected in the middle of everything sometimes? Why does it feel easier to notice God when nothing is happening, but harder when everything is? Is He less present? Or am I just less aware? Maybe it's not that God is easier to find in the quiet. Maybe it's that I'm easier to slow down there because nothing competes with Him in the morning. But during the day, everything does. Voices, expectations, deadlines, thoughts, work, even my own thoughts become louder than His presence. And I don't even notice when that shift happens. Every good and perfect gift is from above, God says. Even this moment, even this breath, even this ordinary day, as I'm walking back to my van after a long shift, I'm moving through it, but God doesn't want me to live with a survival attitude. He wants me to receive Him in the middle of my busy day. I start wondering, what if I've misunderstood the day? The intention that God made for the day for me. What if it's not something I need to control, but something I'm meant to walk through with Him? When I'm aware of God's presence, when I look to Him every hour, whether it be help or praise or a prayer for someone, something in me shifts. It becomes more open, more aware. And in my ordinary day, in my ordinary drive, God is already present. Not waiting somewhere else, not later, but here. And I wonder how many moments like this I've already passed by, calling them nothing, calling them just another day. Maybe nothing is actually nothing. Maybe I just haven't been paying attention. And as I'm heading back home, the city feels full. So many people walking. Now I need to really pay attention when I'm driving. It's busy, alive, people are walking everywhere. There's some sort of energy as well. Cars filling the streets, they're honking, and I see people having conversations. Life moving in every direction. And there is something beautiful about that. There's something good about a full life, about having places to go, people to meet, work to do, even responsibilities to carry. This isn't something to run away from. This is part of life. And maybe you feel that too. There's a kind of energy in it. A sense that your life matters, that what you're doing has purpose. But somewhere in the middle of all this, something subtle can happen. Not all at once, not in an obvious way, but slowly. We start filling our lives with good things until there's no space left. Good responsibility, good goals, good plans. even good relationships. And none of these things are wrong. They're gifts. James 1:17 says, every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights. They come from God. But when those good things start to take up all the space, we don't always notice what's slowly being pushed out. God isn't rejected. He's just no longer central. And life keeps moving. It still looks full. It still looks meaningful. But something inside starts to feel a little off. Have you ever felt that? When everything in your life looks fine, but something feels missing. Not because your life is empty, but because it's full of everything except the one who holds it together. I've been on that spot many, many times. And when I taste God's joy and peace like this morning drive, I always regret if God is not your center. In the beginning, it doesn't really look like something is wrong, but that tingling of emptiness starts to expand, and then you realize something is missing. And we realize in God, we live and move and have our being. God is and must be our center, not just in the quiet, not just in the spiritual moments, but in everything. And when we forget that, even good things start to feel heavy because we begin to carry them as if everything depends on us. But they were never meant to replace God. They were meant to be lived with Him. And maybe that's the invitation here, not to leave your life behind, not to escape the busy, but to bring God back into the center of it, right here, in this traffic, at least for me, in this conversation, in this ordinary full day. Psalm 145:18 says, the Lord is near to all who call on Him. Near, even here, whatever you're going through today, God is with you. You can call on Him and God will come near. He may be walking with you and you might not even know that He is. Life is not about adding something new. It's about remembering who your life is already held by. Because this life, this busy, full, beautiful life, was never meant to be lived without Him. And you don't have to figure it all out. That's the best part. You just have to return. And God is here, and you are not alone. Even now, in this moment, in this ordinary end of your day, you don't have to keep striving. That really freed me. You don't have to carry everything by yourself. You can rest. Not because everything is finished, but because you are held. And maybe tomorrow, when the morning comes again, you will notice a little sooner. Or maybe you won't, and that's okay. Because His mercy doesn't depend on how well you see Him, it's already there, waiting. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Lamentations 3:22-23. New every morning, just for you. So tonight, lay down what you're carrying. Release what you can't control. Give all the worries to God. Let your heart be quiet again. There is more to your life than what you saw today. more than what you felt, more than what you understand. And you don't have to reach for it. You don't have to force it. Just walk with Him. One moment at a time. He is with you. God's presence doesn't leave you. He goes with you into your home, into your rest, into tomorrow. So go gently. You don't have to carry more than today. He is with you. Blessings.
이미 정해진 사랑처럼 당연하게 서로의 삶을 끌어가 이 꽃잎처럼 향기로 머물러